What you just saw is a Smart Lathe Generation 2. So one machine will give you 3 ways to work. For somebody, manual mode just enough. Majority of the people will use cycle mode for repeatable jobs, and some people might choose to use G-code. We made this video as a full overview. If you want to watch the full video, just stay here. However, if you want to jump to exact section you want, you can use the timeline below and select the portion you need. A lot of shops still need to do repair job, and they still rely on manual equipment. But old manual machine is not easy machine anymore. They have lots of gears, they complicated mechanically. They can be hard to fix, hard to keep running, and complicated to find in good running shape. On another side, CNC machines, much more complicated units, much more expensive, hard to find personnel, and if you're doing occasional jobs, it's going to be probably hard for your existing operators to get them going. So there is a gap in the middle. Smart Lathe was built for that middle ground. It's built for real shop work. Repair jobs, small batch work, and general day-to-day machining. The goal was simple. Make machine easy to run, keep the control easy to learn, and give operator more options when needed. We launched Smart Lathe Generation 1 about 5 years ago. We sold a lot of machines and we get a lot of feedback from our customers. People told us what worked well and what they would like to see improved. So Generation 2 is not just a fresh look. It's a total redesign. Better control, more easy to use, way more options, and easier day-to-day use. Let's get into the machine. We'll go through the control. We'll show you all the features. We'll start with manual mode, then we're gonna move to cycle mode, and at the end we'll show you G-code functions. We're gonna use our 20-inch swing by 40-inch center distance Smart Lathe as a reference point. In same time, we do have 16, 14, 20, 25, and 32-inch swing machines available with different center distances and different bore sizes. Let's have a look what we have. First of all, on this particular one machine, we've done a few improvements. We eliminate completely gearbox by installing a larger main drive motor. Right now we have 2 different versions of direct drive motors, 15 and 11 kilowatt power, so 15 to 20 horsepower. And at the same time we kept gearbox version for customers with low power supply. So that machine will use about 10 horsepower motor, and you can offset lack of torque on your motor by switching between high, low, and medium gears. Down here, again, we have no actual feed box. Everything is driven by servo motor, ball screws. Same apply to the cross slide. The servo motor sitting at the back, and right here we have similar control to Generation 1 machine. We have cross-slide control handles, longitudinal handle, our joystick for direction control, and spindle forward reverse switch, as well as rapid control buttons. And right here we do have a main screen. Let's turn the machine on and see how it works. So machine right away gonna do the start procedure, and by default on the machine you're gonna get manual mode, and machine gonna remember your previous settings. So where you left your machine, it's gonna be right there when you restart it. Now, what we've done with this machine is, so in order to start to use it, you don't need to do any homing, you don't need to push any buttons, you don't basically need to do anything. So here we go, it's automatically in a manual mode. It's remember previous tool position, it's remember coordinates, and it's ready to go. So all that you need to do basically, select your rate knob if you need to, and you can manually move the machine to the position. You can use your rapid buttons, you can turn your spindle on and start the machine right away. Right here we have feed multiplier knob, so you can use to increase or reduce your feed rate. To stop the machine, simply move the joystick up. Now, the main screen contains few different sections. We'll go through every single section more detailed in next videos. However, I'll give you a rough idea what's going on here. So right here we do have manual and automatic selection block. So to switch in between automatic option and manual option is as simple as click on appropriate button. In same time, if you need to change your spindle RPM, you simply click on the spindle RPM area and select the speed. For example, 1000 RPM. This particular machine is capable of 2000 RPM. Right here we have a rotary knob which will control your maximum speed. For example, right now you do have 1000 RPM maximum. Let's engage the spindle. And we're at 23%, which means we're running at 230 RPM. In same time, we're going to increase the speed by rotating the knob and so on. So same apply to feed rate. Instead of going and look through the table and select your feed rate, you simply click in this area, click on this box and select your feed. Say we select 1 tau per revolution. Click confirm and here we go. Engage our feed, and right here it's moving at preset feed rate, and you can even go lower or higher by rotating knob right here. On opposite side you can go much faster, say 20 or even 100 tau per revolution. And here we go. You can change your speed on the go. The carriage will react appropriately and will increase or reduce the speed. If you would like to control machine precisely, you can simply rotate multiplier knob and select the ratio. For example, at ×1, you can easily move within 1/10 of the tau for each axis, right here. On the right hand side also, the screen shows you the load for each individual drive. Now when you go to maximum settings, you can move machine pretty fast and approach your workpiece quick and easy. So pretty much it for manual mode, except you also have ability to see your coordinates, go through different DRO systems and change your tools right here. Quick summary. Manual mode is built for simple direct machine control. Like a regular lathe, the operator stays in full control. But instead of mechanical levers, spindle speed and feed are selected on the screen. After power up, the machine is ready as soon as the system loads. No homing is needed. Motion is controlled by the feed joystick, rapid buttons and spindle controls. The operator can also choose functions like threading or taper turning, while still starting and stopping every move directly by hand. Now let's move over to cycle mode. All you need to do, just click on a button right here. On the left hand side there is a screen with, say, collection of programs. In same time there is a library right here, so you can save what you created into individual program. Say for example we're going to create a new program, and we can put our remarks shaft. So you get empty program, and now you can combine the program together. What you need to do, you click on H and select the cycle you want. So we made OD and facing cycles, grooving cycles, radius cycles, tapers, threading, and bevels. Let's start from most common, OD turning cycle. All you need to do is to enter your length. For example, we're doing half-inch long piece. You put material removal, 100 thou. You put per pass stock removal, say 50 thou, means it's going to be 2 passes in total, and you select your feed rate. For simplicity we'll put 50 thou per revolution. In same time you have tabs with options. You can do a retract amount, it's amount of how much tool will kick back, finish allowance if you want to do finish pass after, and in same time you can select your starting point. On the second screen you can control your coolant on and off, and tool control means you can select the starting point. Say we create program like that, we confirm. Right here we do have cycle. At this point you have two choices. You can start your cycle right from your tool position right here, but in same time you can tell your tool to start cycle from position you can select, and again it's done on that screen. We'll talk about it a little bit later in different videos. So engage the cycle, direction. So machines feed in, doing second pass, and cycle complete. So pretty simple. Let's look, for example, at one of the most common operations. It's a thread. So we have a little bit more complicated mode here. Similar to OD turning, we can select type of in-feed, proportional or equal amount. In same time we can select direction of in-feed, straight in, to the left, to the right, and zigzag style. Now we selecting the length of the cut, for example 1 inch, type of the thread, imperial, say 10 threads per inch. Machine automatically calculate for you the depth of the cut based on standard degree angle of the thread, and now you selecting how much stock removal you doing per pass. So right here you do have additional options like retract, distance, finish allowance, your starting point, and so on. Basically you choose option you need, confirm, and it's ready to go. So once we create our program, same way we just engage our spindle, and sometimes you would like to run machine a little bit slower. for your first pass. So what it means, you can crank your RPM down a little bit and start pretty slow. So engage your spindle and then start your cycle right here. So machine start to cut, and now it's gonna go to the final point about 1 inch away from start point, and from there you can simply increase your RPM. Machine will change on the go, and here you go. On the left hand side you do have a gauge, shows you a progress. So once it's reached the top, cycle is finished and machine will stop. So here we go. Bring handles to neutral position and you're ready for next piece. So what do we have right now? In total, we have 2 cycles. If you have a repeatable job like that, you can simply put few more cycles on top of it. You can move them around. You bring the cycle down if you want to do it first. You can delete it. And then you can save the cycle sequence into individual program. One more interesting feature. For example, you just complete your thread cut and your gauge doesn't go onto the piece. You need to do one more pass. So what you do in it here, very simple. Click right here and put as much as you want as an extra pass. For example, trim towel right here. Engage your cycle again. Machine will go, do one pass of trim towel and finished. Now you can put your gauge again.
What we showed here is only part of the cycle system. In automatic mode, the machine also includes a wide range of standard operations for both outside and inside work. That includes turning cycles, threading, grooves, tapers, and profile work for both external and internal surfaces. Different cutting methods can also be used depending on the job. For example, a taper can be cut directly or rough turned first and finished later. There are also cycles for stepped shafts and bores features, with options for diameters, tapers, radiuses, and more. And as mentioned earlier, these cycles can be combined into a sequence and saved as a program, so the job can be recalled and used again later.
And the final approach, final way to deal with the machine is use a G-code. In order to do so, we would have to click on the G-tab and machine switching into the G-code programming mode. On the screen we do have a program, sample program here. We do have some shortcuts for basic cycles. When you click on it, machine give you an idea of that cycle, give you some advice how it works, descriptions, and so on. So basically you can put your numbers, insert the line, for example, M03, S500, and so on. So by putting program together on the G mode, you have full flexibility of using the machine, and basically you can do any type of part. Now let's move over to most demanded so far feature is tool coordinate system. So it's a block right here on the right. First of all, what we have here, you can swipe and choose which tool number you're gonna use. And please note, right here, each time you swipe it and select different tools, your coordinate system is changing. So you can assign individual tools to individual tool number. For example, right now we have tool number 3. We can select tool number 3, and here you go. It shows you exact coordinates. In same time, on the left hand side, we do have wear offset for each tool, X and Z direction, as well as radius for each tool. Right here in the middle, we do have tool orientation table. You can select direction of your tool, and also tool offset table. So in order to start and run machine properly, you're able to set up each individual tool the way you want. As an example, you select your tool number, you touch your tool for both X and Z axis. For example, you machine this workpiece and you get 3-inch diameter. So what you're doing, you click on tool coordinate system, you put your 3-inch right here. It asks you, are you sure? Yes. And 3 inches right there. So the same way you can teach all other tools. For example, you have tool number 2 right now, and it's 1 inch. So it's 1 inch now. When you swipe in between 1 and 2, it shows you actual tool position. So do the same for Z direction. When you combine cycles together, they appear on the left side in cycle flow window. And you can assign individual tool for individual operation, which allows you to memorize and come back to the program much more easier. For example, for threading, we assign tool number 2, and it is appear on the right top corner, right here. Also, some of the screens has dual or triple functions. For example, this section right here, you can swipe left and right to get access to different options. For example, coolant control, your light on and off, constant surface speed, and so on. Same apply to your coordinate system. You can swipe between those, and also you can select type of coordinate system you prefer right here.
The operator can choose from 5 different coordinate systems. Those include tool, part, cycle start, custom coordinates, and distance to go.
Also on the main screen you can see tab right here, and that one allows you to set up your constant surface speed. Means when you approach the center, when you're facing, for example, or machining OD, you can set up so your speed always stays the same. We discussed general machine functions. Let me show you a few more machine features. On the top right of a screen, we do have gear symbol, and you can go between different settings. For example, you can switch from metric to imperial system. You can go from radius to diameter. You can select your date, and so on. You can check your diagnostics, and in same time, right here, we do have window for internet communication, which allow us to check your machine condition remotely once you have a problem, so we don't really need to come to you. We don't need to send you a technician, so which gonna save time and money. You have alarm record screen, whatever alarms was happening with the machine, so you can track everything down, you can clear it. On the top of the screen you do have a status window, which will show you alarms and machine status. If alarm happens, you will see the red screen with alarm description. This video was an overview, and from here we're going to create a list of videos, educational, how to run the machine step by step. Manual mode, different cycles overview, and G-code. If you want to go deeper into any part of the system, look for the next video and playlist of our channel. And if you need help, you can always reach us at stancanada.com or to your nearest dealer. Thank you for watching.